Welcome back to another one. Got another quick, short one. We're going to start with a joke. It's not a math one, but hopefully that's fine. What did the sushi say to the bee? What's up, bee? What's up? Okay, great joke. Good one. Let me share my screen. Here we go. So, today we're going to be talking about rates. Again, we're going to be going a little bit further. Speed, distance, and time. Okay, these three, they are kind of like, I'm not going to say Holy Trinity because that would be blasphemous. But these three are tight. Okay, whenever you see speed, distance, and time, they are best buddies. So they're one of the more common uses. I've written that down. And so there's this nice little triangle that we kind of draw here. I'll explain how we use that, but I want you to write, I want you to copy down this triangle. And so D is at the top, there's an S at the bottom towards the left, and there's a T towards the right at the bottom. And this here is, if you can remember this triangle, and if you're struggling to remember, it's just in alphabetical order. D's at the top, then Q, R, S, T, and so those are at the bottom. Um, Now, the way that it works is, see how basically if there's, I want you to think it's S multiplied by T, or it's D multiplied by S, or B divided by S, or D divided by T. Now, I know that might look a little bit confusing at first, but I'll show you exactly what we mean. We cover up whichever ones we don't need, and that will help us to find our formulas. And so here we can see that distance, if I was to cover up the distance, right, it would be speed multiplied by time, right? Or if I wanted to find what speed was, I'd cross out speed, and then I'd find, okay, it's distance divided by time. And again, with the last one, if I'm looking for time, I'd cross out the time, and I've got, okay, it's distance divided by speed. So this is just a nice little formula for us to remember. Beautiful little diagram. It's going to help you out. Remember that. All right, now let me show you an example of what the questions may look like. They'll often talk about distance, speed, or time, and they won't tell you that you have to use the distance or speed or time formula. They'll just expect you to get how it works. Okay, so let's try have a go at some of these questions here. So the first one here, it says a car travels, so this is question A, car travels at 60 kilometers per hour for 2 hours and 17 minutes. How far does it travel? So it's asking me how far does it travel. So what I'm talking about is I'm actually trying to find the distance. So I'm going to cross out distance. And so my formula here is going to be distance equals S. And because the T are next to each other, it's S times T. So I need to do my speed multiplied by my time. All right, so if I'm trying to figure this out, my speed here is D is for distance. Speed is going to be 60 kilometers per hour. And my time here is 2 hours and 17 minutes. Now, this is going to be hard for us to calculate or to put in a calculator. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rewrite this a little bit. I'm going to rewrite it as a fraction. So it's going to be 60 times, and I want you to write it's 2 hours, and then it's also 17 minutes out of 60. So I've just changed this to a mixed numeral. Now, that is one way to go. The other way you could go is you could use this fancy button on your calculator. So I'll write this as an option. It'll be 2, and then put that little dot, and then you'll also go 17, and then that dot. And I'll show you which button that is on your calculator. It should be right above, it should be right below your square root button. I don't know if that's going to be helpful. But if you put this in the calculator, I'm just going to go 60 multiplied by, and I'm going to go shift and that fraction button so I can use the mixed numeral. So I'll put 2, 17 over 60. And here, what I'm going to get is I'm going to get 137 kilometers. And that there should be my answer. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at the next one. So this one I'll keep as optional. Maybe I'll leave that there. I need to do that. So for question B here, let's take a look. It says an airplane travels 2,800 kilometers in 4 hours and 15 minutes. Now they've asked us to calculate the speed to the nearest kilometer. So I'm looking for speed. So I'm going to cross out my S for speed. And so I can see here that my S, my speed, is going to be distance. And because distance is on top of time, it's going to be divided by t. Right, so that's the formula I'm going to use. So again, S is going to be my distance. Here we've got 2,800. And we're going to divide it by 4 hours and 15 minutes. All right, now again, calculator is a little bit weird with time. So I'm going to put it in my calculator as 2,800 divided by 4 hours, so 4 full hours, and a fraction of 15 out of 60. Right, so it's a full 4 hours and a 15 out of 60, 15 minutes out of the full hour, because I'm talking about hours. Right, so that's what that is. And so here my speed will be, let's go 2,800 divided by shift fraction button, so I can do the mixed numeral, 4 full hours and then 15 out of 60. And I divide it, and what I get is, I get this really weird long answer, but it says here to the nearest kilometer. So for me, it's just going to be 658.8 kilometers per hour, because we're looking for the speed. So I'm going to answer it in terms of speed, but to the nearest hour would be 659 kilometers per hour. Okay. Now for part C, it says a train travels a distance of 777. What is that? Let's try that again. A train travels a distance of 770 kilometers at a speed of 140 kilometers per hour. How long does the journey take? So this one here is asking how long. So that means we're looking for the time. So here we can see that distance, or whoops, we're going to go time equals 2, and the 2 that are left is distance, and distance is on top of time, so we're going to divide it by our speed. All right, so t equals to d, so our time equals to our distance divided by our speed. So here your time is equal to your distance is 770, but we're going to divide that by 140 kilometers per hour. So here, let's just put it straight into our calculator, 770 divided by 140. And what you should get is pretty nice answer. You'll get 5.5, and this is in terms of hours. Okay, so we can say here 5.5 hours is the same thing as 5 hours, and it's actually 30 minutes. It's not 50 minutes, it's not 5 minutes, because half an hour is how many minutes? 30. So that is the time that it takes. Yep. So hopefully that there helps you to answer all these speed, distance, and time questions. Your calculator here is going to be a great help. It's not cheating, it's actually pretty good. I hope you enjoy, and I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and if not, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.